You guys love your tier list, so I figured, why not make one with all the vehicles in Mario Kart World? Some are absolutely atrocious, and others are very good.
I'm looking at you, baby blooper.
Before we get into the rankings, I just wanted to cover some things beforehand. Like, if you're watching this video at a later date, things might have changed. Like, for example, there's updates and patch notes making this video pretty inaccurate. There are opinions covered in this video. Holy shit, calm down, everyone. There are opinions in this video, so if you are offended by opinions, please do not watch this video. I would hate it if you got offended. Ooh. And in order to properly rank each vehicle, I think we first need to rank each stat from the least important to the most important. So let's go and do that very quickly. I think the stats look something like this. Weight has pretty much been a useless stat in just about every game after Mario Kart Wii. I mean, like, you go from something like getting shoved across the entire track to, like, a little bump like it is in this game. Like, the weight stat is, in my opinion, very useless. After that, you have Mini Turbo. In 8 Deluxe, this is by far the best stat in the game. However, in this game, like, it's still there, it's nice, but, like, it's definitely less important. In this game, every vehicle charges their Mini Turbo at the same time. The difference from the most Mini Turbo vehicle and least Mini Turbo vehicle is very tiny, as I figured out on my own very quickly in this great video that you should definitely go and watch. Yeah! Now we have acceleration. This is the first stat that I think is actually, like, very, very important. So my only argument as to why I put it as number 3 and not 2 or 1 is the fact that if you manage your items correctly, or you, like, bag a lot pretty much, chances are you're always gonna have a mushroom or some form of, like, speed-boosting item to just, you know, if you ever get hit, just to bring you right back up to top speed. Next up is speed, and I really don't think I need to explain why, so I'll just leave you at this one. It's a racing game. Surely you guys are smart enough to figure out why the speed stat is important in a racing game, right? I'll let you guys figure that one out on your own. And finally, the almighty handling stat. This game has some crazy tech and some really sharp turns. Want to know how to drive more consistently and, you know, not fail as much? Wow, you're so smart! It's the handling stat! I don't know how you guys guessed that one. You guys are really smart. With what I think are the most important and least important stats out of the way, now it's finally time to rank the vehicles based on that. Each vehicle has hidden stats, like some being faster on the ground, some being faster on the water. However, I will not be mentioning any of that in this video for anything lower than A tier, as I just don't think it really matters enough at that point, because, like, if you're going to choose the best vehicle, and you're going to probably want to care about it, so you're really only looking at S tier and A tier. If you're picking anything in B tier and lower, chances are, like, being faster on the ground and water will not really matter for you much. I think we can all agree on that. So anyways, here's D tier. Yeah, there's quite a lot there. Everything here is absolutely garbage, and my pick for the absolute worst vehicle in the game would have to go to the Lobster Roller, simply because it has the lowest handling stat in the entire game. Overall, the common trend of D tier is absolutely horrendous handling stat, high speed stat, low acceleration stat, and high weight stat. If you average all that together, you basically get absolute dog shit. That's what D tier stands for, dog shit, because everything here is absolutely dog shit. Now I move on to C tier, and anything in this tier and higher is honestly quite good and very viable for online play. It's actually a big enough difference from this tier to the one below it that I'm going to take all of D tier and actually move it and create an entirely new F tier for fuck this shit, because that's how much of a difference the vehicles in this tier and F tier are. It's a big difference. The overall trend of C tier is higher handling stat, lower weight stat, higher acceleration stat, and a little bit lower of a speed stat, so pretty much everything now is getting a bit more balanced. Now we have B tier, pretty much it's just a tier below once again, but even more handling and acceleration and even less speed and weight. In this tier, there's really two big standout vehicles to me, and the first one is the Biddy Buggy, which has very similar stats to a vehicle in S tier, but it just takes away a point in handling and gives it to weight, which is, again, the worst stat in the game, making it just inferior to the one I haven't ranked yet, and I kind of saved S and A tier for the best of the best vehicles, so that's why I'm not really putting it in A tier or even S tier. But depending on who you ask, yeah, you could probably move it up to A tier if you really wanted to. There's also the Locomoto in this tier, which it has the same stats as the very popular Baby Blooper, but the only difference is it has a terrain speed boost instead of a road speed boost like the baby blooper, and it's a hidden stat, so yeah, you're really never gonna see it in the in-game menu because the in-game stats menu doesn't tell you fucking anything. So yeah, that is kind of trust me, bro. That's kind of all you have to do here. I mean, you could also like test it out on your own if you really wanted to, but like people have already done many tests. You get the point. Just trust me. The only things about these two vehicles is they're definitely the best in B tier. So if you're gonna want to use a B tier vehicle, you should probably go use those two that I mentioned. Our first big papa tier, A tier. In this tier, you really get the most bang for your buck and can be really useful to choose one of these two vehicles if you want a combo to specifically focus on the speed and handling stat. If you play any of the characters on the screen right now, choosing a vehicle in this tier may very well be smarter than going with S tier vehicles because your character has a lower speed stat, and these vehicles will definitely make up for it. Now we finally end off on Big Mama S tier. Which, yeah, there's only 3 vehicles in this tier. Chances are these 3 vehicles will be the best for every other character than the ones I listed before. Why the Baby Blooper, Mock Rocket, and Hobrog? Hobrog. Yeah, that's a new one. They have a great mix of speed, handling, and acceleration, and if you sacrifice any of these stats, you'll be giving up too much. For example, if you look at the Cute Scoot and the Mock Rocket, there's just simply no reason to really make this trade-off, other than maybe if you like the Cute Scoot more than the Mock Rocket, which, I mean, good for you, I guess. Same thing could be said with, like, the Baby Blooper to the Pipe Frame. Once again, pointless stat trade-off. These vehicles also get a road speed boost as well, differentiating them even more. One last thing I will say, though, is this video specifically made for versus races in mind. So obviously, like, Battle Mode and Knockout Tour vehicle heroes will look a lot differently compared to the one I put together here. But, like, I'm not gonna do that, and I'm not gonna ever even mention them, because, like, I'm not qualified to talk about those modes in the slightest. With all that said, there goes my ranking, and, trigger warning, everyone, opinion on each word... Yeah, I'm gonna leave that in. On each vehicle in the game. If you like a certain vehicle, though, and you don't really care for the stats or all that try-hard stuff, then just go choose whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Especially if you're having fun. Nobody's really forcing you to play optimally or anything like that, so just pick whatever you want at that point. Do whatever makes you happy. All the vehicles above F tier are balanced enough to where if you really like them, then you can definitely go and pick it. And like, if you know what you're doing with a certain combo and a certain vehicle, you'll definitely play well enough. All you have to really do is just get used to it and just like know the strengths and weaknesses and just practice with it. There you go, you'll be fine. Even with F tier, if you really like an F tier vehicle, go for it. That's what you want to do. I am curious though, do you guys agree with my list? Would you guys change anything majorly to it? Feel free to let me know in the comment section below, and maybe I'll look at it, maybe not, I don't really know, to be honest. It's like, it's actually one of life's biggest mysteries if I'll look at it or not, so, you should definitely contribute to, solving this mystery. Yeah, you should definitely do that.